Okay, so let's go. So my name is Sven Gustavsson, and I'm the event director of the Montreal Wood Convention. I'm here today with Mr. Reinhard Binder, the owner and CEO of Binderholz. Thank you very much, Mr. Binder, for taking some time to be a part of the Montreal Wood Convention.
Thank you for inviting me, and it's a pleasure for me.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like you to tell us a little bit about your company. And I know that there have been a lot of changes in your company the last few years. So could you please explain a little bit about your company, what you're doing and where you're located?
Our company was created in 1950 by my father. I'm the second generation working, and the third generation, my nephews are just working with us. And so we started very slow in the 60s with a small sawmill. And every time we just thought about to make finished products. You know, in the first years, it had been only a planing mill. And then in the late 80s, with the multiply panels, then glulam beams, and then CLT. And we always has been one of the pioneers in Europe for creating new products and also pellets, also energy. That means that everything by producing sawn timber, also the bark is reworked to finished products. And this we step by step we started then outside Austria also with the sawmill in Germany, and then in 2015 with the 2 sawmills in Finland, and then in 2018 with the 3 sawmills of Klenk, and at least now with the 2 ex-Klauser sawmills in Liveoak and Enfield.
And those 2 sawmills, are they in production right now, or do you expect them to start up soon? Or
Enfield, we just started now with the log side. So daily now about 20 trucks of logs are just arriving, and the first logs in the sawmills will put through the sawmill, will put through the line, through the link line this week. That means that we will start the sawmills in the last week of March now.
Okay, but you already have a presence in the North American market with your European products, I understand?
Yes, thanks to Thomas Menditu and the startup in the September 2019 at Atlanta with our sales office. We started very successful there, and then just last year we just exported over 500,000 cubes to the US market. And that means also with buying the 2 sawmills that we see the most important market worldwide as one of our most important markets also worldwide, and not also in dimension, also later on in CLT.
So you're already selling CLT into the United States as well?
Yeah, just we sell very successful now for the just about 6-7 years. We just are selling very successful there CLT and glulam beams, always for big projects, and we are able to demonstrate how you can project in time, big projects.
Okay, interesting. Well, as we all know, North America is going through a boom in construction right now. And in 2020, the imported volume grew from 3.5 in 2019 to 5 million cubic meter in 2020. And I saw that FEA, one of the main forecasters, recently estimated consumption in North America would grow by 10 million in 2021 and an additional 3 million in 2022. The question is, of course, whether Europe has the capacity to supply even more to the United States and at the same time supply other markets in Europe and elsewhere. What is your feeling?
My feeling is that we are not able to deliver much more volume like we're doing in these days, because the European market is such as empty I've never seen before the last 40 years. Is on the other side, the US market is booming, but on the other side of the world, in the far east market, like China, you know how the consumption of food products are rising up, and especially if you see in this time, Chinese went to Europe, went to eastern part of Europe to buy logs, but also for other materials like for the packaging industry. We are completely without lumber. It's incredible how they are asking for every quality of lumber. And I see also in the development, let's see, of the construction, also for new discussions I see it in Germany, I see it in France, I see it in the UK, in Italy, the consumption of wooden construction, thanks to the wooden construction, is increasing.
Okay.
And so I think that also from our company, we have always the big volumes for our finished production like CLT, Newland beams, multiplied panels, and the prices are increasing now, like we see it in the last 6 months. For example, with steel, nearly 50% from same time last year until now. The Newland beam prices has been increased.
Okay, I understand. We have also heard a lot of the bark beetle epidemic in Europe. Do you think that the European production is higher than normal because of the bark beetle and the harvest of that affected lumber?
I see from the production, especially in Austria, we are the production in 2019 has been in 2020 has been just 5% under 2019, and also in 2019 it has been also 3-4% lower than in 2018. So it depends also always from the market. It depends from the strong winter times, but I don't think that the production is general in Europe higher also in 2021 like in 2020, maybe 2-3-4%, but not even more.
Okay, so is it fair to say that even though we will see the end of the bark beetle epidemic at one point, but you believe that the production could still stay stable?
The the production will be stable. There are some parts in Germany, like North Rhine-Westphalia or Hessen or Thüringen, maybe in these areas, then we don't have enough quantity of spruce. But fortunately, let's say in the Alps and other parts of Europe, we didn't have this pandemic and the pine beetle, and as well not in Bavaria. So for long term, we are sure that we have enough of spruce or pine for the future.
I see. Okay. Finally, I would like to move on, and you already mentioned the new construction methods with wood, CLT, and glulam, and I understand that those are really successful now in Europe. Do you have a feeling of how much market share that type of wood construction has taken from concrete or steel in Europe?
We had been in a very low percentage part of the concrete or steel production in the past. But if I see now, also from governments to push the wooden construction from Italy on to Switzerland to Austria, Germany now. I've seen yesterday the new rules now to push the CLT or wooden construction as well in Sweden, in France too. So if you get from this low percentage to 10%, it's such a high quantity that that I'm not sure how we are able then to fulfill this demand. For sure, we have enough lumber again from the sideboards, from the packaging lumber and so on. We have again a lot of optimizations, but at the end, you see just now the demand from, I think it has been doubled the last 5 years only in Germany, or doubled in France as well.
Yeah.
And if I see in the northern part of Europe, in Sweden, how they are pushing the use of wooden constructs, it's really incredible dynamic in these products.
I guess we're talking of now millions of cubic meter going into that sector.
I think it's possible. Yeah. I think this may be the reality.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, actually, you already mentioned that you have been active for quite some time in North America with these products as well. So, do you foresee, even in the future, North America as an important market for those products? Will you have enough of them?
I'm sure, it's always, it depends always on the prices, but our products are very engineered products. And, if you have a very clever engineering company like we have it, you can optimize a lot. And so I'm sure that we can develop a lot of our products again in the US market. And we didn't buy only the 2 sawmills to go on with dimensions. And I'm sure that from the sideboards and the link techniques gives there a lot of lumber from the sideboards in the future CLT production in both sawmills.
That's interesting. Very interesting to hear. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Binder, for this interview. Of course, next year we hope to see you in person in Montreal, but thank you very much for taking time with us today.
Thank you also, and have a nice day.
Thank you.